Hello, my name's Tamika Smith, your host of Lost of a Loved One.
Hello, my name is Erica Legal, and I'm the co-host of Lost of a Loved One. And today we have with us Valerie Bell, who's going to tell us her story about her daughter, Valerie Bell Jr.
Yes, I cannot imagine losing two children. I barely could fathom losing one, but losing two children, I commend Valerie so much. She's a family friend. I've known her since I was a little girl. So I do appreciate her allowing me to tell both of her children's story. I couldn't imagine losing two children.
I couldn't fathom that. I don't know. I think I just would have went. That's the best answer I could give.
So, I am so happy to have you on today, Valerie. I would love for you to give us any kind of pointers. You're always so positive and you're always still uplifting, and I don't know how you do it. I can't even imagine.
Thank you both for having me. Um, it's hard. It's really hard. I don't know. It's just by the grace of God. That's all I can say.
Tell us about the day you found out that you had lost your junior. You don't have a lot of females that's a junior to their mom like you do, boys to their dad. So tell us about that day.
I was in the bed. Me and my husband, we were in here asleep. And my youngest daughter, Keturah, had came and knocked on the door, I want to say about 2:30 that morning. And she had said, Mama, they say we call her Niecy. They say Niecy was in an accident and they think a bad wreck and they think she dead. First thing I said was, Niecy who? And that's when she said, my daughter. So I just leaned on the bed and just got the hyperventilating and just saying, God, not again, not again.
Oh man, I am so sorry to hear that.
Me too.
I'm sorry for your loss.
That's a lot.
How long ago was it that you lost Niecy?
October the 5th was 6 months.
So it hasn't even been a year yet.
Oh, wow.
She passed away April the 5th of this year, 2023.
God bless you. My condolences to you.
Thank you.
How old was Niecy?
Niecy had just turned 40. Her birthday was February the 25th, and she had just turned 40.
Did she have kids?
Yeah, she had 2 boys.
Where are her boys now?
They're with me.
Oh.
Yes, I have custody of her boys now. They are 9 and 11.
Okay.
Bryson and Uzziah, yes.
How are you?
So, I just say, God took one of my sons, took my son and he gave me 2. That's the way I look at it.
Okay.
Oh, you are so positive. I love it.
Outlook on life. I tried to find positivity out of a negativity. So that's the positive that I look at. The negative was he took my son and he gave me 2.
It's amazing that you can even think that way at this point, especially with it being so close to the time of her death. That's everything. That is everything. So, how are you?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Yeah. Your healing process. How is that going?
Now, I had to get counseling with this one.
Okay.
With my son, I didn't have to get counseling. Yes, with my daughter, yeah. And it's hard. It's hard. Like, I have my days, it's worse than my son, because she has 2 kids.
Okay.
And I see them daily, so it's a constant reminder of her, you know. Um, and like I said, I had to seek counseling with this one, and I've still not figured out. The counselor told me every death, the grief is different,
I
and I
agree.
really I
Okay.
see what she's saying, because yeah, this one, and I can't just figure it out. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's because of the way it happened, how it happened, when it happened. I just can't put my finger on this one.
Now, was someone in the wrong? Did someone hit her wrongfully?
No. Um, from my understanding, I still haven't got the fullness of the story. It's like a part of me want to know, and then a part of me don't really want to know. But
Mm-hmm.
the what I can say from what I've learned, she was at a neighborhood bar, and her friends were out, and they had traveled to a different bar, and my daughter had this young girl in the car with her, and they said that the guy that she was following from the second bar was basically speeding, and they were going to
Oh,
an after hour. So basically,
she was trying to
she
catch
was
up.
following the guy,
Mm.
right? So they were doing 85 in a 35
Ooh.
mile per hour. So basically, where he did, she did. Some people, they saying, well, she had her own mind. She could have slowed down, but Niecy thought she was my firstborn son anyway. So she got Tamika. No, she thought she was a dude anyway. You know. So so people had reached out to me and my daughter on Facebook, and the one lady said she was coming from work and she was in the lift, and she said that the Mustang had speeded, was coming at a high rate of speed, and they went around the lift, and the guy jumped the curve, but he was able to control his car back on the street.
Okay.
And they say my daughter did the same thing, but she wasn't able to control her car. So, from my knowledge, she hit a tree,
Mm.
and then she hit a telephone pole, and she died instantly.
Oh,
Okay. So
I'm so sorry to hear that.
she didn't go through any pain. So does that give you some relief?
Most definitely. I mean, like I said again, I'm blessed. Neither one of my kids had to suffer. You know, ooh, it's hard. It really is. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, which I don't
Right.
even think I have. But
I've said the same
this
thing.
grief, this grief right here is something different. Like I said, I really can't place my finger. I don't. And then I don't know if it's because how the accident happened. Because like I said, and she had just got her car. Didn't know that. Um, my daughter had just got a tattoo that Monday. It said, "Accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be."
Oh
Oh
She had
wow.
man.
just got she had just got that tattoo Monday. She had got her car that Tuesday. They say about 7, and my daughter was gone that Wednesday morning. And they said she had on all white, and she was telling people that she loved them. So,
Oh man. So I mean, tell us
Mm.
some things that Nisi liked to do.
oh my God, that girl liked to do everything. Niecy was a people's person. And oh my God, her funeral
Definitely.
was so beautiful. I had my daughter. Let me go back a little bit. So once the lady in the Uber, uh, in the lift said when my daughter came up, uh, and wasn't able to control her car, the lady said that my daughter didn't have on any lights. So, like I said, she probably wasn't familiar with the car because she had just got it a few
Mm.
hours prior. So, okay, yeah. So, Niecy loved to do everything. Niecy loved she was a people's person. She had so many friends. Niecy loved to dance, sing, box, fight. She was so she was everybody know, like everybody I meet still to this day be like, oh my God, you Niecy mother. The first thing come out their mouth. She was crazy. I was like, baby, you ain't have to tell me. So yeah. So yes, Niecy, but she was a good girl. Niecy, she wore her heart on her sleeve like me, you know. And but it's still hard. Like I said, this is a grief, like I said, it's just 6 months and it's still hard. So we have a memorial up where she had the wreck, and we go up there and cut the grass and fix it and take all the trash and stuff that's after in front of it. But yeah.
Okay. How do you feel her children is coping?
I think Uzziah, he's 11-year-old. I think he have it he's doing he have it more harder. He's taking it more harder than the youngest one.
Okay.
It's like it's just certain things like with him. Like my daughter loved the song by Escape, Work Me Slowly. And every time that song come on, he just start crying. You know.
Oh.
Oh man.
So I leave the channel open for them, for them to come to me.
Okay.
Sometimes I may ask them like little questions like, are y'all all right? And then they'd be like, well, grandma, why you keep asking me that? But like I said, a good thing, a blessing. Prior to my daughter's passing, God had placed these kids with me. We had already had them 3 years.
Oh man. Okay.
Mm.
And I asked God why. Again, why are you giving me these two kids? My son's 18. You know what I'm saying? So,
Because
God
they
was
need you and you need them.
preparing me for my daughter's death.
Mm.
Exactly. He was preparing me for April the 5th. Because, by 3 years we done already reared them in the right direction, molded them into our way of living. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So again, he answer my questions. A lot of people just sometimes just stop and think, questions be answered.
That's true. You got to be
You know?
quiet sometime and he'll give you the answer.
Exactly. But they don't seem like it's affecting them like how I thought it should be. But never know again. Don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. But right now they're good. You know,
Okay.
the oldest one, he's just like his mom. You know, everybody say if you have more than one or two children, one of them gonna be like you.
Right.
Yes, that oldest one is definitely Nishi's child. So yes, he has the behavior. Oh yeah, yeah. That's a task and a different story for this one.
How do you feel like your other children are coping with the loss of both of your children?
It's hard, Tamika. It's hard because they have lost. It had always been mama, sister, and brothers.
Yes.
Sisters and brother. And with Nisi, my youngest daughter, Kitur, she takes it harder because they were more closer. When they hung out, that's the one who hung out with each other, Nisi and Kitur. But with Puda, it was all four of them,
Mm.
because that was their baby brother. So it was like Puda had five mothers,
Oh, I'm
me and the
sure.
four girls. You know what I'm
I'm
saying? So
sure.
yeah, they were overly protected of Puda. But yeah, Keturah seems like she takes it harder than the rest of the girls. But I know it affects them because, it that's their siblings. And then if it didn't affect them, I think something was wrong with them and they need counseling. So it's like, yeah. But yeah, it affects them. But I don't bring up anything as far as to my girls unless they bring it up to me.
Okay.
If I post something on Facebook about Niecy, like, every month on the 5th, I post something, about her. like this the 5th month, it's the 1st month, stuff like that. But if I don't come to them with anything, they don't come to me, but it's a lot of things that I went through with her. Like, I don't be on Facebook that much because of her, because oh my gosh, she was just so photogenic. I mean, that girl had like, close to 2,000 pictures, and she was so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so that's why. And then the memories pop up, and yeah. So
And
I just, it's a
she
lot.
made sure she changed them hairstyles all the time too. She had the hair laid all the time.
Yeah, I don't care what color. She'd rock a color, and a lot of times she had dreads under them wigs, and didn't nobody know it. But she
Right.
stayed fly. She stayed fly. She was, oh my gosh, she was just so beautiful to me. You know what I'm saying? All my kids beautiful, but the smile and the way she carried herself and how much people respected her. Like I said, they know she was gonna fight you, man, woman, or child. Niecy would square up with you. Tamika, you know that. Girl, Tamika know it, Erica. So, but yeah, it's hard for me. I still have moments to where, like I said, I don't be on Facebook. That's one. Um, I had to delete a lot of my pictures that I had in my phone of her, because like I said, when she passed away, she died instantly. And then another thing, my daughter didn't have on a seatbelt. So
Oh,
she basically got crushed to death. And I say my daughter was like 150 pounds. So yeah, she was basically crushed.
oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes.
But we are going to be thankful that it was instant and she didn't feel
Yes,
pain.
yes,
We are going to
yes,
be thankful
yes,
for that.
yes, most definitely. But um, it's just I don't know what God has in store for me. But whatever He has in store for me, I'm willing to accept with open arms. You know, you have to take the bitter with the sweet.
That's true.
And my bitter is that she's gone. My sweetie is I have her 2 boys to raise.
That is an amazing story. I am glad again that you shared it with us. I've been knowing Niecy since she was a little girl, so I know the
Yes.
wildness, I know all of it. But like you said, she had a heart of gold and she wore her heart on her sleeve. She really did.
And I just tell people, as bad as you want to party, a lot of people don't have your best interest at heart. You have to have your own best interest at heart.
That
You
is so
know,
true.
and don't drink and drive. Well, Niecy couldn't drive anyway. Oh my goodness. Well, every car that girl had, she tore up. I know
Well,
she had 6 cars. She tore up 5 of them.
well, I thank you
Seriously.
again for
Yes.
sharing her story, and we are going to work on keeping Niecy's name alive as well.
Yes. Okay. Right. I'm in the process now of trying to go to different schools to tell my children's story. You know, with my son, what I want to try to what I'm my point is to get across is every young male, every black person, black male, woman, child, are not in gangs or not drug dealers. My son had an education. He was still in school. He was had a job. And then the point with my daughter is follow your own mind. You know, don't drink and drive. Because I had got her toxicology report because I don't want nobody telling me nothing about my kids.
Right.
So I got the toxicology report, and yes, my daughter was drunk. And then she had a young girl. She was 26. She had a young girl in the car with her. She's still living, but she lost her leg. Her leg had to get amputated.
Oh,
I can
man.
live with that. I can live with that. And as bad as it hurt, it was my daughter's time. We don't know. We don't know how we go. We just gotta make sure that we our heart is right. You know what I'm saying? And we have asked for forgiveness with these wrongdoings, because no one's on earth is perfect.
Correct. Well, Valerie, we would like to thank you once again for sharing your story about your beautiful children, which is now your own personal guardian angels. And all of our kids are together. They're together.
Yes.
And
Yes.
talking to you tonight, I have a little more, what's that word? A little more,
Understanding
a
or
little more, yes, yeah, I would say a little more understanding, and I can have a little more faith on listening to your two stories. I can have a little more faith, and I can heal still.
It help you to cope a
It
little
helped me to
better.
cope a little better, because I used to feel that the things that you were saying that I was doing, that I thought I was crazy. I really thought that I was crazy. I would hear
I'ma
that, I'd
just
be like, Jalen, okay, I know you here. All right, this is your home too. This is because that's how I used to speak to him. Because he was that child that wanted attention. You know?
and
So,
it's not, and it doesn't have to be a scary thing. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
And like I said, when stuff happen like that and I'm in the house with myself, I just make laughter. I'm silly anyway. So I just be like, okay, Pulling. The only thing I don't do, I don't smoke weed, so I can't get you high. And then I look upside down, and then it's like, wait a minute, But yes, that and this, and I hope me telling my stories can reach other parents or people,
Yes.
Yes. This is
that
the
has
purpose
that
of
has
the
gone
show.
through similar situations or gone through similar situations that I'm going through. So again, I want to thank you all for having me.
Thank you for sharing your story once again. And I would like to say to everyone, thank you for tuning in to The Lost of the Loved One. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you know of anyone that would like to share their story, you can please share it at info@mecosjoy.com. That's MECOSJOI.com. Thank you.